Hey ladies and gentlemen, Alan here. I want to talk to you about the difference between an S-Corp and an LLC. Which one should you do? Which one should you use? Specifically in the construction trades. Now I know a lot of times contractors will go to a bookkeeper or a CPA and they'll say, hey, I'm starting a business. What do you want me to do? What should I do? And that bookkeeper or CPA will say, get an LLC. And I'm saying, no! Because you're going to save on taxes in the long run with an S-Corp a lot better and a lot easier. So let me just give you the rundown. So first of all, both of them are separate entities from you. They get issued their own identification number, which works out great, right? And the license, whatever it is going to belong to the entity, whether it's a corporation or a limited liability company. Both of these are kind of designed for smaller businesses, although an LLC sometimes is used as a holding company for real estate, realtors, real estate investment, stuff like that. So it has a kind of a slightly different function. Now, both are designed basically for those smaller businesses. Reports business income or losses on personal taxes, so it can be done that way as an S-Corp. Now, one beautiful benefit of an LLC is taxes can be done in 4 different ways. Now, with a lot of things that people do, the reason why they'll try to switch over to a limited liability company is because they'll try to eliminate workers' compensation insurance because they'll call everybody an owner. But as you know, many of the trades now are being forced to get work comp even if they're in an LLC, even if they never have an employee, because the construction industry has one of the highest injury rates in all of America. So now you're not even getting that old benefit that used to be a part of getting an LLC. And of course, if you're in California, when you get an LLC, you're gonna have to get 2 surety bonds, where an S-Corp you only need 1, and you're gonna have to get a $100,000 bond in an LLC, which you don't have to get that for an S-Corp, and you have to get general liability insurance. It's required by law under an LLC, which it's not required for a corporation. So in an LLC, you're literally gonna spend between $10,000 to $15,000 to make those things happen, whereas an S-Corp, you don't spend any of that. $150, you got your 1 bond, and boom, you're ready to go. It's super simple. And crazy thing is even though you're paying for all that, again, the S corporation has better asset protection, and it has better, it's better on the pocketbook because it's better on taxes. So watch this. So now what's going to happen is when you do your self-employment tax, because you're considered self-employed, you're going to pay on dividends a 7.65% on those dividends, right? So you pull $100,000 out of the business account, put it into your personal checking, you're going to pay 7.65%, which is $7,650. On a limited liability, you're going to pay 15.3. That means you're going to pay $15,300 on that same $100,000. It's not worth it. You could literally pay your federal and state fees on the savings of that self-employment tax. You're going to be able to pay that for the S-Corp. Simple and easy, right? And by the way, you still have to pay those federal and state fees on the limited liability, so you actually didn't really save anything. The other thing is this does have to file some legal paperwork, so it has to file its articles of incorporation. The limited liability company doesn't have to go through all that kind of stuff. You don't even really have to do annual meetings in a limited liability company. But that's not that bad. In an S corporation, you could write in the operating agreement, which that's what we do, that you only have to have 1. And that's a simple meeting. Have a barbecue, talk about it, write who is attending. It was you and all of you, if it's just you that owns the S-Corp, and you say, well, I thought about last year, I thought about this year, here's what I talked about to myself, and voila, sign it, put it in there, boom, done. That's all you're required to do. Like 1 sheet piece of paper, you can hand write it and stick it in your binder. And if you have a couple of board members, they come at the meeting, you're all golden. It's not that complicated. Now, it's a pass-through entity, so is the limited liability, so the taxes are passed on through to you. Interesting enough, both of them actually are perpetual. You can sell them, you can give them away, your child can inherit it. I like that out of both of these as opposed to a sole proprietor, because a sole proprietor you can't sell or give away. But here's the beautiful thing. If you pass on, then your spouse or significant other or child can sell the company, maybe get 2, 3, 4 million out of it, which is probably better than any kind of life insurance you have at this particular moment, right? So as you build your company and you build value, that value in your company creates wealth, and at some point you can monetize that by selling it. You are in a win-win-win situation with either of them, but my personal recommendation is no matter where you go, no matter what state you're in, you should do an S corporation in construction. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. My name's Alan. Give us a call.